I don't know if you can tell what's going on there, but old boy here's cracking a whip. I'm gonna make that whip. Pat was super awesome. Saw this video about like maybe a month or so ago, and he ran around and got me all the materials that I need to make this whip, and showed me the video. And I was a little intimidated to start this project. I mean, I still am. There's a lot of steps involved, but today's the day. I'm gonna make this whip. So Pat got me 100 feet each of black paracord, solid black, and then he found this red. It's got some designs on it. We have BBs. We have this 10-inch spike, Gorilla Glue, and electrical tape. Now I will say, I've seen the video. When he talks about the electrical tape, he makes it very clear that he's not selling this whip. Apparently, if you use electrical tape in a legit whip that you're trying to sell, it's highly frowned upon. I'm guessing it just really cheapens up the whip, you know? Like if you think you're buying a legit whip and then you find electrical tape in it, that's probably a bummer. But for me, I'm making a paracord whip. He used electrical tape in his paracord whip, so that's what I'm gonna do. And I mean, who knows? Maybe I will really like whip making and I'll make okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. That might not happen. Like I said, I'm pretty intimidated by this, but I might get going and find out that it's like braiding. It's a certain type of braiding. He, walks through the steps, which is why I have my laptop here, because I'm gonna need to do this step by step. I also wanna say before we get started, I'm not a professional whip maker. This is legit the first whip I've ever made, if you haven't already gathered that. So this is not like a tutorial. The video that I'm watching, I'm gonna put the link in the description below, because that's the tutorial you need to follow if you wanna make your own whip. This is just gonna be a fun video showing you that I made a whip and I'm gonna crack it. I hope. Okay, the first thing he says to do is to fill some black paracord with BBs, but it shrinks, so I can't cut exactly 13 inches. I need to cut like 1.5 feet. Now you have to pull the guts out. This is actually what I'm gonna make my cracker out of, because I don't have Kevlar stuff. I'm gonna make my cracker out of this. I gotta seal up this edge. Oh my goodness, now I gotta fill this with BBs. One. Oh my god, this is gonna take forever. Oh, that's one. Here's 2, 3. I got 3 BBs in here. 3 little BBs. This edge is gonna fray down so hard though. Let me see if I can just like singe it around. Oh my god, don't ruin the scissors. I just don't want it to like keep fraying. Wow, that worked really well. And it made the opening perfect for a BB. I am going to fill this up with BBs, and I'll be back when that's done. Okay, so here, I didn't realize it, I went a little past 13. So I gotta take out some BBs. And that didn't take as long as I thought. Probably took about 15 minutes. But here we are at 13 inches of BBs. I watched a little ahead, and now I need 2.5 feet of BBs. So I'm going to cut 3.5 feet of cord and fill it with some more BBs. This one took me 20 minutes. This one took me about like 10 to 15. I need 4.5 feet of regular parachute cord, not filled with BBs, not with the guts pulled out, just regular parachute cord. And those 3 components make up the core of the whip. And the whip is supposed to be about 4 feet long. So the fact that this is the longest part of the cord is 4.5 feet. That's my whip right there. So what we're gonna do now is glue these to the tip of this nail. I'm gonna put some glue on here and put strand number 1 on and just hold it for a moment. Alright, and I am gonna have to take it out of my vise to finish this, but I'm gonna tape down the handle And then he said to tape to the end of the longest BB cord. So there's gonna be like a foot or so left of this on the end. So all of this is gonna get taped up. Oh boy. I did put extra tape around the part here where the nail, where the strands are glued to the nail. I mean, it's gonna be cracking. I don't want that to poke through. The rest of this got covered up rather nicely. And so you can see this is left raw paracord. And now I have to get these ready because we're ready for plating. That's the fun part. Oh my God. For the red paracord, I need 11 feet. That's it. And all of the paracord that I'm gonna be plating on here is gonna be gutted. I need 11 feet of this. I also need a 9-foot section and a 7-foot section. So I'm going to measure those off and cut them up. So for the 2 longest cords I have, which are 11 feet, I need to find center. Wow, great job on measuring, Danny. Black one's gonna go first, then the red one. Now for my 7 and my 9 feet cords, they can't be perfectly center. They have to be offset by about 6 inches. So the 7-foot goes in the back here. I'm gonna slide these up in their order with the centers on there, and then we super glue the centers on. And I'm gonna hold those until they dry. So for the plating, he says to take this strand, go under these 2, over these 2, and that's where that goes. Now we're gonna take this strand, the same black strand, just the other side, and we're going under these 2 and over. And he really says to make sure you pull tight. And now I'm gonna take, wait a minute, yeah, this one and go under these 2 and over. Oh boy, I really hope I'm doing this right. Wow, I think that looks pretty good. I'm gonna play some music and keep working on this. So the reason at the beginning we made these cords staggered is because a whip comes to a taper, you know? So these short sections just get dropped. So we're still going under 2 and over 2, even though we dropped a strand. Now obviously we're not gonna leave that sticking out, you know? But I wanna get this plated down a little bit more so I know it's in place. And then I'm just gonna cut it and burn it. Because we dropped a strand, this is like a nice pattern up here. It's not gonna be like a super nice pattern anymore. So now with this, I'm gonna cut this off. And not like it matters because this whole layer, once I'm done wrapping it, gets wrapped up in more electrical tape anyway. I'll be back when this is all the way at the end. Now that I'm down to here, I'm gonna drop this strand, and instead of, I can't go over 2 and over 2, so I'm just going under 1 and over 1. Okay, now that we're at the ends here, I'm gonna take some tape. You gotta tape this right here. And then we need to taper these. We're gonna make this one really short. Boop. And then this one can stay this length. This one can stay that length, I guess. And we'll make this one a little bit smaller. Boop. And this one can go down here. I'm gonna wrap this entire thing in electrical tape now. I think I'm done with the tape now. Now we have to distribute. I don't know. He just said to do this. It helps because of the BBs, and it helps to like make everything a little more limber. This is awesome. I am very excited to continue on with this. This is the belly of the whip. So there's the core that have the BBs in it, plus this cord. Then the layer of plated paracord that we just did. And then the tape, this is the belly now. So the next piece is the final piece, is putting the final plating on top. I need a lot of paracord for this. I need 19 feet of red and black. That's all I know so far to start. And this is a flippin' mess. Oh my God, okay. So the first time I plated, we did under 2 over 2. This time we're gonna do under 3 over 3. So what he said to do was to take this and pull it straight down. We're gonna cut it a little bit. We're gonna super glue it to the whip so it doesn't fall out. So putting some glue there. Okay. And then we're just gonna keep plating. Now that I'm at this point of my whip, I need to make a fall, and then I need to make a fall hitch, which is just connecting it. So first for the fall, I got a 4-piece foot of gutted paracord. I'm gonna find the center and just cut a little hole. He has a lacing needle. I don't. I have an actual like pointy needle, which I think is going to be hard to get through here, but I also have some crochet hooks, which actually I think I'm going to try first. He didn't say to do this, but I kind of feel like I need to. If I keep the scissors there to keep the opening. Okay, I think that worked. I think I singed the opening enough. Okay, so let's just put this through this side. And oh, I just poked that through. Let's see if that'll work. Let's get that in there. And then let's just... It's not working. Can I just... What if we do that? Oh! Okay. That maybe worked. You know, we're gonna find out on the other side. Did it work? Oh, it worked! Now that kind of created like a little noose. So I've stopped my whip at red. I'm going to now attach the fall. Right through all of those. And then I pull that till it's tight. So I have the fall on, and now I'm gonna take, since this is red, he's recommending using opposite colors, so we're gonna take the black and go around this way and down. And pull these strings, or these cords, make sure they're tight. Then we'll take this red one around and down underneath the black one there. So I have all my knots tied. These ones are all with the cord going down, and then this one the cord is going up because we're gonna feed it back through these, including the fall hitch. And again, I don't have the awesome needle he has, so I have to figure out how to do it with this crochet hook. See, I went through and I tightened these and I really shouldn't have. Oh, until I got this through. Look, she's almost there. Ha ha ha. And pull these to tighten them up. Beautiful. So I have to take this and cut it down. Get it gone. And these we're just gonna cut off about here. Now that it's made, it's less I need to pound it out. I'm gonna make the cracker now. So I have about 12 inches of the paracord guts burned, one end of it. And then at the other end, I'm going to tie a knot. Then at the end of my whip here, this is part of the fall, so see this slides in and out? I'm gonna get this brought all the way up as much as I can, and I'm gonna singe this to itself. I got this little pokey tool here, and I'm gonna pokey a hole in this. And with that in there, I'm gonna light it. And I gotta get my cracker through there. Oh, so that's through. We're gonna make a hole and put that in there. Whip's done. She's done. Hey, so before I get started on cracking this whip, a couple things. Clearly, I recorded this before I cut my hair, the making of, and I'm finishing it up after my hair's all done. So that's why the video has two different versions of me. The second thing I want to talk about is this cracker. This is not the cracker that I put on in the video. I replaced it with a Kevlar cracker. I ordered a pack of 10 of these off of Amazon for like 10 bucks. And it was free shipping. And so it just went right through the little hole here. And I just looped it around itself. I should have recorded the first time ever cracking this whip, but I didn't because it was like 10 o'clock at night when I got this finished. It took me all day to make because I messed up a couple times. So it's 10 o'clock at night when I finished, and so I didn't want to crack it too loud, but I wanted to try it, and so we came out in the yard here, Pat and I did, and we gave it a couple goes, and we was like, oh, that's cool, but we'll practice some more, and I was like, let me just try one more time. And dude, it like sonic boomed. You could hear it through the neighborhood. We both geeked out and ran in the house like we like ding dong ditched somebody. It was pretty silly. Well, I don't have any footage of that. I just have that story that I shared with you. And here we go. I'm gonna crack this whip, make my neighbors think I'm real stable. That's it. That's all I have for this week, guys. If you enjoyed this week's video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I put out new videos every Sunday. And until next week, you just keep marching to the beat of your own drum. Peace.